Hi there to you all. Long time no see. I hope that you're all okay. I've decided to do a pick a card reading. I think that we should do this once a month, and then I will progress into any other readings if you actually comment below and let me know what types of readings you'd like to see, and I will start doing pick a cards for those subjects that you'd like to me to delve deeper into. But for now, I thought we'd go with a general pick a card. So we've got pile 1 with the clear quartz. We've got pile 2 with the bronzite. We've got pile 3 with the black obsidian. So let me know where you guys' eyes are going and being drawn to. I'll give you a second and then we will start. If you want to, it could be a good idea for you to just pause where you are looking. And the smoke also is my resin, the resin that I make at home. This is just to cleanse the area and to make sure that the readings are as clear and concise as they possibly can be. The time is 13:13, so if you're interested in numerology, that might be something that you want to look into, what the meanings of those are. I pull it all down to one number and that will come up to 8. If you add the 1 and the 3 and the 1 and the 3 together, you'll find that it does actually come up to 8. So have a look at the numerology behind the number 8 and see where it takes you with regards to that. So let's go into, we'll go into ones first, obviously. Okay, then we'll go into the other cards. If you subscribe, you'll be able to see way more readings like this. If you don't subscribe, you're probably going to find it much more difficult to find me. I'm also trying to build a community here that will help other people to be able to move forward in their lives, because I don't believe in stagnation. I think that we all deserve to be able to move forward in our lives. So let's all work together to be able to do that. If you comment below how this relates to you as well, that would be really, really helpful. So let's see what's going on in your September coming up, okay? So we've got, let's move first of all, in September pile 1s, you're going to be finding first of all that clear quartz could be a really good friend of yours. This is like the navigation system to all crystals. It charges crystals, but the main thing that I relate clear quartz to is providing yourself with mental clarity. So in September, mental clarity might be a thing for you that you are really wanting to make sure that you are enabling yourself to be able to feel and have in your life. You may be coming from a place of needing to let go of things that don't serve you anymore. So we've moved therefore out from clear quartz. Let's move into gratitude, okay? Because I go where my eyes are taking me straight away. So with gratitude, it's normally taking me into a place of like thinking about the things that you're grateful for rather than the things that you are ungrateful for. So it's like each morning, if you can in September, start a ritual where as soon as you open your eyes, you start to say 3 things just to yourself or to a journal, 3 things that you're actually grateful for. This actually elevates your frequency, and when you elevate your frequency, it takes you into a place that other people could only dream to be in. I changed my life in this way, and I believe that anybody else can change the life the same way that I changed my life. I really believe in that. So with gratitude, it gives you more reasons to have more gratitude in the first place. So I would definitely go along and down that form of agenda if I was you, because it's going to open out the heart chakra as well. As you can see, this is like an opening of a vortex here. So to me, it's a beautiful symbolic way of helping you to understand that there will be like rewards for you showing gratitude to yourself and showing gratitude to the people around you as well that have helped you be able to release your heart from things that no longer serve you anymore. So yeah, September is a beautiful thing if you do get into the formation of being full of gratitude for the things that you have in your life. Most definitely, I would say that. I'm drawn here as well. So I see the gateways open and the pathways clear and my journey begins. So yeah, you may have left some things behind that don't serve you anymore, darlings. If you've managed to do that, you should actually be rewarding yourself rather than thinking about the sadness that comes behind it, because it's a positive thing to be able to move away from things that don't serve you anymore. But at the same time, it can feel a little bit shit when you're having to do it, because you just don't want to have to like get rid of people and things that don't serve you anymore to be able to move into a better place. So I understand where you're coming from, most definitely. But this vortex is opening, as we can see, for you to be able to walk through it. If you notice as well, like this is the theme here, it's like there's a vortex here of light you're walking towards, there's a vortex here of darkness that you're walking away from, there's a vortex here in the middle, there's a vortex here with regards to structure. So you're definitely leaving something behind in September that no longer serves you anymore. With weightlessness as well, this is speaking about you often finding that you're weighed down by your own ideals of how things need to manifest. So you might be somebody that's fixated on how you think that things should be. In September, it's speaking about you needing to let go of how you expect things to be and finding yourself in a place of consciousness where you create static noise where there should be actually harmony. So this is why I'm saying in the first place it was speaking about gratitude and bringing yourself to a place where you are more in an up-leveled frequency rather than a lower vibration. This card is here to remind you to be weightless, to let go of expectation by finding beauty in acceptance and remaining unburdened by opinions, projections of other people and projections that you place upon yourself. So it's remaining positive. This is like floating through life with an effortless ease rather than thinking that everything is brought into your life to create problems for you. This is more thinking about a positive mindset moving forward, okay? And letting go of things that don't serve you. If other people are speaking to you and putting their burdens on you in September, this is speaking about you trying to remember what is your energy and what is their energy and how much does it serve you to be taking on other people's problems. With Saturn being around you as well, Saturn can be speaking about you needing to step into the next level of your maturity. So like I said, there is a vortex of you moving from more of a younger way of how you think about things. I'm not saying childish, because it doesn't mean that you're childish, and it's a good way to look at life if you're looking at it with the eyes of an innocent child, because when you're looking at things through the eyes of an innocent child, you still see things in a very pure way. It's indoctrination that basically moves you into a place where you think everything is like hard in life. And I think when you approach it from a childlike innocence, a childlike way, you tend to open vortexes up for higher frequenced things in your life, okay? So Saturn is asking you to think about the people that seem to push you forwards, help you to grow. You need to think about a discipline that you can improve, the way that you think, the way that you exercise, the way that you choose to eat. It's like, this is what Saturn brings in. It's asking you how you can prove yourself with regards to other people and with yourself. So it's looking for a mentor or mentoring other people as well. So you may be starting to think in September how you can mentor other people from taking burdens on in their lives. You may be also thinking about how you can help people heal their childhood traumas, or you may be wanting to heal your childhood traumas by looking for a mentor as well. So you need to honor the teacher, but at the same time, if you're actually mentoring other people, make sure you're mentoring people that honor you, because people are looking for the wisdom of your experience, or you're looking for the wisdom of other people's experiences. And this is how you're going to start making wiser decisions. So if you feel like somebody around you in September has been abusing their authority or undermining your authorities, you need to be setting firm boundaries here, because this is probably what the weightlessness is about. It's asking you to Make sure that you are asserting yourself, set firm boundaries and hold people accountable, study and find ways to cope. Okay, so look pragmatically to the skeleton and the teeth, either of your own body or in the metaphorical structure of your project. Can this endeavor stand up and take a bite out of life? Make sure that the foundations are strong, the organizational structures are in place, and build out from there. As you gain strength in mind, muscle and bone, you become stiff. So remember to stretch your body and stretch your soul. So basically make sure that you're stretching all of these old thoughts and old structures that you've built for yourself to make you feel like you have to do things in a certain particular way, because your challenge here for September is to be careful not to cling to old conceptions of success or hold on to a brittle system that restricts potential and leaves people feeling discouraged as well. Okay, so your ancestors are calling to you guys to wisdom and maturity, to know that your gifts, but also know your limitations as well, because this process might be an initiation for you, which I have said, it's like opening a vortex and moving further up the ladder of frequency. And to be able to do that, you need to remember your gifts, your limitations, because this process is an initiation and a test inevitably that's going to empower you. Okay, with innocence of childhood, it's basically speaking, like I said, it's finding different ways where challenges that you face throughout your life, they've shaped you to who you're being, and they've created a structure around you that may not be conducive to growth for you. So you may have found that you've turned a little bit cynical and you're wanting to get back that childhood exuberance where you're looking at things from a better place. You need to be releasing any shame. You need to be remembering the truth of who you are, but taking an opportunity to heal the shame and letting go, so you can revisit that state of purity in your life. So this will help you to look at things with fresh eyes. It will create new foundations and structures. It will release things that do not serve you anymore, and it will open a gateway to a path in your life that is not stopping and stalling you, but it will move you forward. So let's go a little bit deeper. Let's go deeper. What are they needing to release with regard to weightlessness? 5 of Wands. So this can be like you being in a state of feeling like you need to be in either attack mode or defensive mode. It's like feeling like you have to argue your point all of the time. And the 7 of Wands is also doing the same thing. It's like feeling like you're under attack. So it's almost like letting people have their perceptions of how they think and feel about you, and letting go of those perceptions, because it doesn't mean just because they think that way about you that you need to think the same way about yourself. What about gratitude here? What's coming in for September for gratitude for pile wands? Confirm gratitude. Confirm gratitude for them. 5 of Swords. If you notice, there's a lot of 5s going on here as well. So a lot of people may be giving you a hell of a lot of their opinions, how they believe that things should be going in your life. So I want you to think about, rather than having people around you that have this way of thinking about things that can be quite negative in September, I want you to remember your truth. Try not to get involved in things that don't concern you either. That's what I'm hearing, okay? Try to encourage other people to be in more of a grateful mindset also, because you may find that some of these people find it difficult to tune into a more positive, productive mindset. So try and be the example that you want to see with other people. That could be good, pile wands. The 4 of Cups. So this is also speaking about doing shadow work, okay? Shadow work is, with the 4 of Cups, it's speaking about that rejection wound inside of the body. The rejection wound is basically thinking about ways you can provide yourself with self-love, but also making sure that you're thinking about your childhood where you felt a little bit unwanted, or felt like you didn't have a place. Meaning a place in the family. You didn't know where you stood with people sometimes. You may have like a father or a mother wound, I'm hearing as well. The structures, the way that they brought you up, the way that they felt like things were supposed to go. What is it that happened to you in your childhood that's made you need to revisit the indoctrinized way that you was brought up, and what can you do to create a brand new beginning? Because you've got like a lot of choices here with regards to the lovers as well. So you may find with regards to being the Empress, you're a truly gifted person, but with the lovers, it's speaking about you needing to make a choice of, are you going to go into those rejection wounds and start to heal them via doing shadow work, or are you going to keep thinking that you're a victim of your circumstances? Let's clarify the lovers, because this could be speaking about your love life as well though. Three of Pentacles. So yeah, this is speaking about you collaborating with a lover, or collaborating with a love interest, or collaborating with other people that know how to heal childhood trauma for my single people, okay? Because this is you being a product of self-love and making sure that you're looking after yourself. You also may be in a position though where you've found a love relationship, and this love relationship is basically bringing about emotion in September for you. You may find that you're wanting to collaborate with this person a hell of a lot more. You may find that you're contemplating where the future can lie between you and this person as well. But the King of Swords can be speaking about somebody who you have felt rejected from in the past, and you're wondering where you stand with this person. But at the same time, this is speaking about you having self-love for yourself enough to know that anybody that has not made you a choice in their life, then they don't deserve to be in your life anyway. The Sun. So yeah, you're trying to get yourself from one place into another, which is the Ten of Pentacles and the Sun. It's speaking about being in more of a place of your life where you can look at things with more positivity. Your levels, your higher levels are coming up. You are manifesting better in your life. The Sun can also be speaking about fire signs as well though. So you Sagittarius, Leon and Aries. The Ten of Wands can be speaking about all of these burdens that you'll be feeling in September. So how can you release these burdens to return yourself back into a positive place in your life? What sort of self-love can you provide yourself with that will help you to move into more of a conducive place to that of love, rather than feeling like you're opening a rejection wound up again in your life? The Fool reversed is also speaking about you needing to add levels of spontaneity into your life, but finding it very difficult to be able to do that in September because of you needing to leave a situation alone where you felt you was investing more into a relationship than what you were gaining back out of it, okay? So rather than feeling like, this is sad, why do I keep inviting these types of relationships and situations into my life? I want you to go into more of a mind frame in September of what you can do to change that narrative so you think better of yourself. And don't think about anything that's come out of your life, because I keep hearing in my mind, let bygones be bygones. So you may be needing to forgive somebody as well. These are the things that you need to ask yourself as well. This is crazy because I just said this about structure. How are you holding yourself back from progressing forwards? Okay, so think about those indoctrinized ways that things have been in your life. Ask yourself this as well. Are you sharing your gifts with the world? So you probably are like a super spiritual person that needs to be sharing these gifts, and September could be a great way to do the shadow work to be able to move into a better place in your life. What would make life easier right now? Reach out for help. Your loved ones want to help you. So you've got people around you that want to support you. You may just find that you're finding it difficult to speak about this and communicate it. Master your craft. So anything that you do, you must do it to a level of wanting to be in perfection. So this is speaking about you mastering those things, really concentrating on what you want to manifest into your life moving forward. Look, you've got psychic abilities. So you've definitely got a gift, and this is speaking about you needing to listen to these things and make sure that you're acting upon them in September, because you've got a lot of support moving forward. Things are at a standstill until you make changes. As I said in the beginning of pile ones, there is a vortex that's trying to open for you to up level yourself and your life. This is speaking about you needing to make sure that you're making decisions and choices that are conducive to more positivity, creating a structure for yourself that is actually enabling you to be able to move forward in your life. Making sure you're letting go of any rejection wounds, making sure that you are loving yourself enough so anybody that does come into your life, they're only adding to what you've already built within yourself. These are the last two cards, okay? Time for new pastures, again, a new vortex, a higher level, and thinking about you leaving things behind where you've been made to feel unappreciated, or felt like the love has not been matched in the same frequency that you have given out. Start to sing again and you'll start to feel like your old self again. So if you've stopped listening to music, this could be a great time as well to make sure that you are reigniting your passion for listening to music and making sure that you're soothing your soul with that music. Another thing that I would say as well before I leave you, September could be a great time to set your alarm a little bit earlier than you usually do, and make sure that you put on 528 hertz. This is a frequency that helps you to up level your frequency. It helps you to move into more of a positive place in your life, and it establishes self-love, which I have spoken about in this reading as well. So I hope that this has been helpful for you. Comment below how it's actually been relative to you and how it's how this reading has communicated with you in ways that you can start to elicit this new way of thinking and being towards yourself and towards other people. So if you like and subscribe and share this, I'd be super, super grateful, and I will see you soon. Pile ones. Let's move to pile twos. Right, so pile twos, you guys have picked the bronzite, which is speaking about being in communication with higher minded frequencies. And when you're in communication with them, you can only go one way in your life, and that's usually up. Your ancestors are probably around you in a massive way, and you've got some form of protection around you as well, because when I see bronzite, it also makes me think of copper, which is also, it's a level of protection that your higher minded ancestors provide you in your life that nobody else could do for you more than your ancestors. So you wanting to send thanks up there, to tell you the honest to God's truth, meaning up in the spiritual realms, that will help you to stay in this frequency. Courage and reflection, winter solstice, and friction. So I think friction definitely speaks for itself, doesn't it? Right? With friction, because I'll move down here first. It's almost like you are in a place of your life where things are feeling a little bit tough for you. You may be finding that you're arguing with people all of the time. You may find that you're not understanding why these types of energies keep coming into your life all of the time. You may be wanting to be a little bit more in solitude, because when I see winter solstice, it's speaking about needing to take care of yourself, being indoors, feeling slightly indifferent, feeling a little bit like feeling your emotions can be a little bit painful sometimes. It feels a little bit like you feel alone, and in September you'll be feeling a little bit alone with regards to how things are being handled in your life as well. I hope that you're okay, you guys, because this looks a little bit tough, this energy here, right? Gratefully, I surrender my struggle as well. So you're definitely going through it, and you need courage to be able to move into a better place. Let's find out what you're struggling What's the struggle here for my pile twos? Four of Pentacles, so it's almost like you're holding a lot in as well. You're probably not speaking to other people about what you're going through. You're probably keeping a hell of a lot of it to yourself, to tell you the truth. Because this is quite a tough time, as we can see, with you isolating yourself. The Seven of Pentacles, it's almost like you're refusing the help of outside of you as well. September for my bronzite. Queen of Cups, yeah, so this is speaking about feeling slightly depressed with regards to a situation of matters that are fond to your heart, okay? So when we're going into like Aquarius here, it's like, sorry, I'm just seeing what they're actually saying to me here with regards to this. And the purge that I get as well is usually when my higher-minded ancestors are speaking to me. So live by your philosophy. This is what Aquarius is saying. Live by your philosophy. It's the traditional ruler of Saturn. So it asks us how society expects things from us and how to care about your own reputation here as well. So it feels like a paradox, but it offers you a healthy tension to manifest the true you. So this isolation, this friction that you're having is basically in your life because it's trying to help you to unveil the new you, the true you, who you are always and always have been meant to be. But it feels a bit tough because it feels like a snake shedding its skin. So it's almost like you're having to really feel uncomfortable before you start to feel comfortable, if that makes sense. Know the pattern that are happening in your life, because it may feel like it's an intervention to get this free place. Investigate your philosophy, which is your operating manual to make sure it's alive and authentic. When you feel that your worldview and your actions are integrated with each other, it's easier to call in healthier collaborators. Cultivate allies as well. Find others called by the same causes and work together. Weave people together to create a community in September. This web will bring in new friendships, purposes, connections, which may lead to romantic sparks as well. So that's really positive. Throughout this process, consciously maintain a balance between your own needs and those of the collective. So your challenge here is a spiritual practice and a personal philosophy that can be used to bypass authentic emotions. To be honest with yourself and don't try to talk yourself into feelings that you think you should have or onto a path that others find socially acceptable. So if there's anybody around you that's creating friction with you, making you feel like you need to isolate yourself, you need to distance yourself away from them because your lifestyle and their lifestyles are not actually matching with each other. The authentic, like Aquarius gifts, are encouraging you to let go of previous constructs and listen to the source within. So it's all about you bringing all of that energy that you've expelled out onto other people, bring it all into yourself. Give yourself this self-love. Make sure that everything you've done for other people that have created this friction in your life, make sure you're doing more for yourself. You're in a reflective place as well in September, darlings. So it's like reviewing. This is what I want you to do. Review the past year and ask yourself what the most important lessons are that you've had to learn. What have you accomplished? What are the dreams and visions that you want to manifest in this upcoming year? Whether it's been relatively a smooth ride or whether it's a challenging series of events in your life, acknowledge your experience as being the work of Source, being the work of the universe, no matter what your judgments, your fears, or your joys are. Honor whatever's happened over the previous several months with gratitude and forgiveness. Then I want you to start letting it go. Allow yourself some solitude so you can spend some quiet, slow time into reflection, especially if you're like feeling like you've got nothing but conflictive energies around you. It may be a courageous thing for you to be able to do because of all of these people's influences around you in your life. Okay, so I also want you to allow your imagination to roam into the life that you want to be. Be courageous enough to do that for yourself. Notice how you feel within your body and whatever scenario plays out in your mind. So any scenes that you see floating in your mind, I want you to pay attention to those scenes in September, because that's the way that things are gestating in your life. That's how things are going to be coming into your life. Rather than being counterproductive, I want you to start being productive and delve into some of this darkness. Delve into some of these things that make you feel a little bit isolated, because it will plant the seeds to have more of a community around you that is good for you. Okay, patience and stillness is what you're going to need in September as well. So make sure that you understand that everything does have a cycle in this life, and this is your cycle. A time to go within a little bit. Okay, go within, start feeling those feelings that you need to feel within your life instead of ignoring them, because that's what will ultimately help you to move into a much better place in your life. You might be irritated by people at this moment in time as well. It's a cycle though that you've probably been through over and over and over again. Friction is always like a teaching card, and it asks you to see where in life you can take what feels abrasive and find the diamond within the coal. So be an alchemist. Start finding ways that you can turn lead into gold. Simultaneously, it's asking you to breathe deeply into what you feel is out of focus. Be honest with yourself and have faith that a greater picture will emerge through time and directed intention. So you're going to have to make some pretty conscious moves after September towards this new way of doing things, this new way of how you expect to be loved, this new way of how you choose to communicate what you're going through. I'm just seeing if there's anything else that they want. So they're telling me that this friction can actually be a force that's taking you into a place of actually feeling a level of freedom. Once you've allowed yourself to go through the uncomfortability, this is when the comfort starts to come into your life. So it's mainly about self-love. It's also about having compassion for yourself in September moving forward. The Queen of Swords, knowing who to cut off as well. Knowing who to cut off who has a younger mentality to you. People that don't vibrate on the same friction, the same frequency as you. But if they are providing you with a lot of friction in your life, then that should be pretty telling that they're not meant to be there anyway, to tell you the truth. Judgment, yes. So this is, rather than judging yourself, make sure that you're thinking about the people that are around you. Are they people that you aspire to be like? Do you feel inspired by these people, or do you feel like they're showing you every single way that you do not want to be? If that's the case, then you know how to cut and edit your life, introduce people in, cut people out. I would say though in September, it's not about adding new friendships. September is about extracting things, friendships, relationships that no longer serve you, because this will create room for the right people to come in. If you invited new friends into your life around this period of time, you're probably going to find it's quite difficult to embrace these people into your life. And the reason I say it'll be difficult to embrace them into your life is because you're already dealing with a lot of friction with regards to the frequency. So it's not a stable environment to bring in new friendships that you want to serve you. If anything, it's inviting unstable relationships in, because you're in a holding space. Okay, the holding space to me is where new doesn't come in because they're waiting for you to extract the old. So make sure that you have more of a logical mind frame, because Aquarius are really good at that. The star sign of Aquarius is really good at that. But with this being around you in your frequency, they're asking you to use less emotion and more logic ability, and make sure that you are judging the situation from a very impartial mind frame. Ten of Cups, you're trying to bring yourself into a place of emotional fulfillment, but at the same time you may find that you've got an inner saboteur that sometimes tries to stop you from having that fulfillment, almost like you believed in the past that you didn't deserve it. At the same time though, having these types of relationships around you friction filled, and then on top of it the way that you feel about yourself, sometimes you may have felt like you're undeserving of having that emotional fulfillment, but that is what's going to come into your life if you make all of the steps that I've just said to you. The Five of Wands, yeah, it's like not feeling like you have to fight against the terrain, if that makes sense. People that choose you as somebody that just helps them all of the time, and you're gaining nothing back from these people. This is where you're starting to free up the space in your life and in your heart. You may find as well that you've got some loyalties to these people. You've got strong loyalties to these people, and this is why it might be a courageous thing for you to need to leave them behind. It may be quite difficult for you, to tell you the truth, but at the same time, nothing comes into your life that's worth it if you don't go through a little bit of a difficult challenge before that worthy thing comes into your life. So I'd definitely consider that whilst you are wondering what you should be doing. You may find that this is to do with family as well. Family or love relationships. This could be like a marriage or a soul connection that you've got with somebody, because the Hierophant can be speaking about the way that these people are. It's like you've just been taught that you have to go through these types of things, and you shouldn't be so judgy of these types of routinal patterns of people bringing friction into your life. The Two of Cups, that came out reversed as well, right? So with that, this can be speaking about you feeling a little bit like your relationships in your life are full of friction all of the time, and you're always thinking, right, well, I need to provide a stable environment for any lover to come into my life, but anybody that you're attracting may be a little bit unstable with the Two of Cups. Also, when it's coming out with the Two of Cups, it can be speaking about another person having other options as well. Underneath the deck, the Tower. So this could be like the friction for you in September may be that you feel like everything you've tried to create a stable environment with has crumbled underneath your feet. And I'm sorry you're going through that, but I definitely feel like when this happens in your life, it's to bring you into a place of having way more fulfillment than you could even possibly ever imagine. Just remember that you are deserving of these things. Self-love is going to be a massive thing for you right now as well, and there also may be a child involved. The Three of Swords, yeah, this is heartbreak and pain, guys. This is justice, so this can be speaking about courts or thinking about taking somebody to court when it considers like a child or anything like that. If it's not that, you could have found yourself in some sort of abusive situation where you're wondering if court is the right way to go. You could have also lost somebody, meaning somebody has passed on and gone into the spiritual realm, and you're trying to cope with the grief. You may be finding that you want to isolate yourself away from people. You don't want to talk to people. You don't want to go around people and speak to them or be in that way. You may find that this person is a little bit... This is for somebody who has been in a relationship that's highly toxic. This could be a person that's like got a thing with like drinking, drugs, or they're very toxic, or they're very ego driven, they're very money orientated, they only think about themselves, quite self-absorbed. So this could be the reason why you're feeling so shit, because as I can see, it's like with the Queen of Cups, this is speaking about you having strong feelings for this person, but it's not being reciprocated, and September is really a time for you to remember your value and your worth so you can move forward in your life. Especially with the Knight of Wands, it's like that's a person that's in and out of your life, wants to be friends with benefits, doesn't want to like give you any sort of high commitment, but you're the Queen of Cups here. So when it comes out with the Knight of Wands and then there's a comparison of the Queen of Cups, this is speaking about you being way higher minded, way more compassionate, way more empathetic. With regards to the Knight of Wands, that's speaking about somebody that's way more immature. They just see something and it's like shiny object syndrome. They move on to the next as quick as they moved towards you. The Hanged Man's on the bottom of the deck again after I started shuffling when I was talking about the Knight of Wands. And the Hanged Man is usually stuck between you and another person. Or do I stay, do I go type of syndrome. It's almost like they're not all in. And this can come up for Pisces energy as well. So I don't know if there's any Pisces around you. This is speaking about Capricorn energy. This is air energy. This is water energy. This is earth energy. So we've got all of the elements here, all of the zodiac signs here actually. So yeah, there's definitely somebody around you that's a little bit difficult for you to be able to deal with, or a situation that's difficult for you to deal with. And if it's to do with grieving and somebody that's passed away, this person may have had some sort of addictions. But if you're wanting to know if they are actually okay up in spirit, that's a definite fact. They're okay. They're being protected. They're in a much more peaceful place than they actually was down here on the earth. They definitely don't want you to be isolating yourself away from other people, though. That's what I would definitely say. It's like they want you to have a sense of community. So if any of you guys have had somebody that's passed away, that's what they want you to know. They want you to be around people and have a sense of community and get your life back on track. What do you want to say about courage for my pile twos? Yeah, so this is like a perpetual cycle that's gone around and around with regards to the Knight of Cups. This is like to do with love or somebody that's passed away who you loved very much. The Knight of Cups is basically speaking about you needing to fight for yourself, show love and compassion to yourself because you probably felt highly unappreciated. And like I said, this is a cycle that's been restorative. It's gone around and around and around. And you probably need the courage to be able to break the cycle in September, pile twos. You've got to have the courage to be able to move forward in your life where it's more conducive to love rather than you feeling like you've got all of these friction-prone environments and people around you that make you feel like you need to isolate yourself. We are better in community and that's what you deserve in your life. Five of Swords. Yeah, somebody's a narcissist as well around you. They might be a little bit hypocritical and say one thing and then go out and go and do the other. So that's another thing. Remember, you have like the tools, because the Queen of Cups, she's got all of the tools to be able to move herself forward without other people trying to dictate to her or causing friction within her life. So just remember your value. Remember that you don't have to put up with narcissistic people in your life. If you're suffering with your mental health, you need to integrate yourself with a community that will help you to move forward. If you're finding that difficult, comment below. There's a lot of people here in the community that would be community of my followers that would happily give you advice, me included, okay? So just remember, like, make a serious commitment towards yourself to be able to move forward in your life. What else do pile twos need to know for September? September for pile twos. September. Please make sure that you subscribe as well so you can keep seeing these readings from me. Give thanks for what you already have. So just remember, you've got your peace of mind. You've got your heart. You also have the people around you that love you very much, that want to help you as much as they possibly can. The Wheel of Karma is turning and it's gone straight onto the Wheel of Fortune. So anybody that's done you dirty or made you feel like you're undervalued, they will then in turn start to feel undervalued in their life. And it could possibly happen in the month of September. You'll probably hear about it as well. And remember, with the Wheel of Karma turning, if you've done good for people, good will come back to you. If you've done bad for people or done dirty on people, that's exactly what will come back to you as well. twos for September. Twos for September. Twos for September. I betrayed you, but I can't bring myself to tell you. So, as I've said to you before, I did pick up somebody having different options and people doing things behind your back that you may or may not know about. But from here, this is, to me, confirmation that this person will probably take it to the grave and never tell you what they've done behind your back. This could be a past person or the person that you're with right now, but in September you're definitely going to find that there's some things that have gone on that nobody's brave enough to come and actually tell you. Okay, look into herbal medicines to help you moving forward. So it's like if you love your coffees and your teas, or you feel like you are tired all of the time, or you're suffering, because I'm being taken down to the core chakra as well. So if you're suffering with back problems or any problems with regards to the bottom half of your body, you might want to look into herbal medicines to move you forward. If you do have problems, comment down below exactly what those problems are, and I'll see if I know or get told by my ancestors what sort of herbal remedy that you will need to move forward. They get others to watch and observe you. So yes, like I said, if you've isolated yourself away from people, those people probably find it hard to digest that you've moved away from them, and this is probably the reason why they get other people to watch you. So it's like having stalkers on your stuff, people looking on your social medias to see what you're up to. So if you are worried about that, make sure that you look into who you suspect could be looking at your stuff to inform other people of what you are up to and where your whereabouts are. And then I want you to also make sure that you're thinking about whether these people need to be in your life at all, especially if they're bringing in energy that is of friction. I am stuck in the past. What do I fear about my future? What am I running from? So you may be in some sort of situation that you're finding it really difficult to go into pastures that are new in your life. Just remember, anything that you start that is new in your life is also going to make you feel slightly fearful. It's completely natural to feel fearful. It's completely natural. So I would say be calmer with yourself. Ask yourself if you're stuck in the past. Ask yourself what you're fearing with regards to the future. If you feel like you've got nobody to talk to, do it in a journal book and be brutally honest with yourself, and then hide that journal if you've got people around you anyway that may look into what you're writing down. Make sure that you are brutally honest with yourself. Right, these have dropped on the floor and I'll read these as well. There's a lot of them, but they've fallen out for you for a reason. You may be going through tough times, but you're stronger than that. So like I said, you may be going through something that's feeling a little bit hard for you to be able to get out of this situation, but you do have the determination to be able to do it, especially in September. It's a great place for you to start to go into a new way of thinking. But like I said, it's only a good time at this moment in time to get rid of people that don't serve you, because then in October you'll find that new people start to come into your life. But October for me and the people that I read for represents a time of things that are wilting away, and September is the preparation of you understanding who and what you need to come away from via October, because that's the next month that follows on from it. They come into your dreams, so you may find loved ones that have passed on come into your dreams. You may also find this person that's betrayed you, that finds it difficult to be able to tell you what they've done to you. They might be coming into your dreams. Whatever these dreams are, these are probably messages from spirit of trying to warn you of what's coming into your life. Can you see things from another person's perspective? So people that have created friction in your life, could you start to try this meditation called the Ho'oponopono? It's time for forgiveness. Remember, when you're giving people forgiveness, it's not only for yourself. It's No, sorry, I've got that wrong. When you're giving people forgiveness, it's not about them, it's about you. If you hold on to that friction within yourself, you're the one that's not going to be able to move forward. So remember, when you are giving people forgiveness, you're doing it for you. You're not doing it for them. Lies are being spread about you. So you may find this person that's betrayed you in some way, shape or form are choosing to say things that are not actually conducive to the truth. You may find that out in September. Listen to your suspicions. So if you are suspicious of somebody around you, you're definitely right. All of these cards have helped me to understand that this is what you guys are going through. So it definitely is a tough time, but there is always a light at the end of the tunnel, okay? Write your dreams down. So make sure that these people that are coming into your dreams are these things that you're wondering in your life with regards to the questions, make sure that you are writing all of these things down, making track of all of these things. I was just looking for the winter solstice card, because when you are isolated or isolating yourself, you do tend to be in a place where you're thinking about things on a much more deeper, expansive level, and that's normally when things start to come to you from a spiritual place, because it's like your ancestors want to be your confidant. They want to come into your life and help you to come out of these restorative cycles. And lastly, heal your inner child. So if you do journal, if you don't journal, just simply sit with yourself after this reading and ask yourself, what was your first memory that left you feeling fearful? So was that abandonment? Because that's the first word that came into my head. So I'm wondering if this is what you guys suffer with. And secondly, what advice would you give to your younger self now that you're older? If you have children, what would you say to your children if they were going through this situation that you're going through? If you don't have children and you have younger people around you that you would help to go into a better place in their lives, if they were going through it, what would you say to them? What would you want for them? Because what you would want for other people should be no different to what you want for yourself. So I hope that this has helped you, pile twos. I'm sending you buckets of love, and have a wonderful September. If you have any ideas of what types of readings you'd like me to do for you, let me know in the comment section below and I will start to do them. But this is what's coming into September for you. Massive love, darlings. Bye-bye. So I'll just put these cards away and then we will move into threes. It's pretty heavy energy actually, guys. If you've stayed with me throughout all of the readings, thank you so much. Thank you for subscribing. Thank you for being here. I really appreciate it, and I've always felt like I've needed to do readings for people to help other people, because this is the exact type of thing that helped me out of my darkness in my life, and there's nothing greater than being able to give back once you have got yourself into a healed place. And I definitely feel like I'm in a healed place enough to be able to read for other people and help other people with their lives and moving forward. So let's move to the black obsidian. So black obsidian is a highly protective, I've just dropped the card, sorry guys, 1 second. A highly protective stone. It also helps to relinquish any sort of negativity. They're great stones to sleep with as well. So we've got the wind for activation. I shine my light outwards for all to see. Gratitude, that's beautiful. I'm sure there's another pile, if you've not watched it, that have got gratitude as well. Purpose and conjunction with alliance. Okay, so with the wind, let's go to the wind first. The wind is basically speaking about you being in a place in your life where your mental health may have felt a little bit like it was taking a pummeling from the universe, if I'm honest with you. You may have found that you've truly been going through it in the month of August, and September is a place where it feels a little bit like a tonic for the mind. Okay, so you may also be feeling super tired because lethargy is a symptom when this card comes up, most definitely, and it's a result of a lack of activation. In other words, something that stirs your senses. This could be anything from walking outdoors, feeling the breeze on your body, sorry, I'm purging, or inhaling the different aromas that nature provides you to have. So it's smelling the trees, smelling the sea. If you choose to have an outdoor fire, smelling the wood that's burning. It activates the senses within the body, and it evokes more thoughts that are conducive to change. So September, you could be finding the pleasure in a warm bath that helps you to release the tension and the stress from your mind and from your body, because the wind obviously connotates towards mental health in a shaman's way, terminology of looking at things anyway. Okay, music might activate your hearing and it sparks the pleasure and it centers you in your brain. Art may activate your emotional responses, and the touch of another human being may activate a deep need to be physically held in some manner once again. Now's the time of action. So September, you're action prone. You're being asked to engage in some activity that's makes you fully present, so that you don't forget about your surroundings and enter into the timeless and multi-dimensional experience of union with the sorry guys, with the focus of your creative attention. When my throat clammed up, then that to me is speaking about a blocked throat chakra. So if there's anything that you are feeling with regards to having swollen glands, feeling like it's difficult to speak up on how you're actually feeling with people, this is the time to start thinking about how you are going to implement more action to stop people overstepping you and making you feel like your voice needs to be smaller, so you find it difficult to communicate. Engage in some sort of activity to be fully present, so that you don't forget about your surroundings. And this is about movement, so somatic therapy may be a great thing for you as well. But yeah, being very, very present is what this card is mainly speaking about. September is a great time as well with regards to gratitude, so you may find that there's a lot of things coming in that are really positive for you, rather than things that you are sad and upset about. This is probably the most uplifting one out of the 3 cards, so that's a great thing, because 3s as well activate a completion for me, mind, body, soul. So it's like your soul, as she's holding a soul as well, your soul's conjunction with the activation of moving away from feeling a little bit compressed. This is helping you to see things that are truly to be grateful for. You may find as well that you're a super spiritual person and you've got a hell of a lot of spirit guides around you, and you've got a lot of light to be able to show out to other people, because this is your purpose. Okay, you may find it difficult to work with yourself though, working alone, a lone ranger. This is speaking about you providing yourself with alliances where you're able to work with other people. You've just got to make sure that you're taking care of your own energy sources, because this is speaking about co-conspiring with people, finding people and allies that support your ideas. Because whatever you're choosing to go towards, or whatever situation you are in, it's not something that you should be taking on your own. You need to make sure you're taking care of your own energy fields and your ideas in this process. If you've merged your energy with a partner, or with a teacher, or with a co-worker, or if you're considering merging with these people, notice what strengthens you and where you may need to step back and individuate. Find your own paradigm and technique. It can be lovely to see somebody with a sun-like personality, warm and expansive through at times exhausting. So don't combust. If it's time to align your life with another person's, think of the line from the poet. Love consists of this, that 2 solitudes protect and border and greet one another. Let this be a yoking of 2 or more equals, a partnership that works best when each person brings gifts and challenges to the table. So it's all about that balance, equilibrium, bringing these types of frequencies towards yourself and towards others, because you definitely have a purpose and you've been placed here on this earth in this timeline, and it's 1414 the second that I'm actually looking at this and saying this to you. So you have a purpose and you're in a place in your life where it's time for you to start sharing it with other people, but it may not be something that you need to do alone. You may need to do it as a group. So yeah, this is coming to September is going to be a time for you where you're letting go of overthinking. You may be in a place as well of understanding that anything that you've been through is helping deliver you to where you are now. You'll probably find in September there's no going back to old ways of thinking and old ways of doing things. And I just heard as well that time has run out with regards to a situation. It's almost like you're not choosing to live a life of feeling like you are sleeping all the time. So it's like if you've worked in a job that you know is not conducive to who you truly are, you're at the end of it there. You're not choosing to go into that anymore. If you've been going through repetitive cycles with other people that have made you feel sad and tired within your body and your soul, this is you saying a no to that. You're not continuing with that anymore. Four of Cups, yes, Six of Cups. So Six of Cups may be a reconciliation card. This can be speaking about you thinking nostalgically about a past situation, but at the same time, it's almost like there was something there was love there, but the Four of Cups is speaking about that element of like, time has run out. I'm really not interested in trying to make a go of things with this person. Sorry, I'm just having a drink. Yeah, so it's like you're coming out of reconciliation vibes into a place of feeling like you felt rejected. And then the King of Wands is speaking about somebody new being in your life that is way more mature, looks at things in way more of a structured place. So it's given you a really great up leveling. At the same time, if you haven't met anybody yet, this can be speaking about you up leveling yourself from feeling rejection and coming out of that childlike mind frame and looking at it as, if I can't get love from you, I can provide myself with enough love that makes me feel so grateful that I've come out of that dark time that I was in. So you're very action prone as well with the King of Wands. It's speaking about you moving into a place where you're not just talking about plans, you're actually enacting them. The Seven of Pentacles. This is basically speaking about you feeling a little bit like it's difficult to rest sometimes. You want to find refuge. You want to provide other people with refuge as well, because this is speaking about you being over understanding when it comes down to being in vulnerable positions in your life and feeling like nobody's there for you. This is you wanting to provide that solstice for other people. The Page of Swords, yes. So you're going to find in September there's an opportunity via people messaging you, or you will be reaching out and messaging other people to provide an alliance, so you can start to provide like a community of people that you want to help. There's a loyalty between you and this person, but that process is going to be super slow. It's not a bad thing, because when the Knight of Pentacles comes up, it's speaking about doing things in a very slow process, a process that is going to build a foundation that is not going to be destructible. So if this is a lover that's in your life, this person's not trying to make you feel like they are untrustworthy. They want to go slow because they believe slow and easy always builds, like I said, a very firm foundation. If this is to do with business, this is somebody coming out and into a place of wanting to build a foundation with you that's going to help you guys to be able to create and fulfill your life's purpose, but they will want to do it in a very slow way. Like I said, that is good though. You may find that you have to invest a little bit of money as well into this. If it is something to do with business, most definitely. Seven of Swords. This is coming away from a place in your life where you're feeling like you've been deceived. So yes, you may have been deceived in the past. This is somebody that's lied to you. This is a situation that you've broken away from that you probably felt was all good at first, and then they suddenly did something to you that made you feel rejected, but in actual fact, whatever they did, they was deceiving you. That's a definite fact with the Seven of Swords, because it's a person that's not only deceived you, but they think that they've got away with it because they're holding the two swords, which is speaking about, I have told lies, but ha ha ha, you're never going to know that I've done that, if that makes sense. And the Knight of Swords is basically speaking about your mental health being affected since this relationship that ended in the past. If not, this is a sibling that you've not actually got along with growing up. You felt slightly rejected by this person in the past and wondered whether they had deceptive energy. And from what this is saying here, they definitely did have deceptive energy. But like I said, you're moving into a much better place now, especially if you also had an inner saboteur. That is being put to bed, because as we can see here, the gratitude that you have for yourself of being able to come out of such a tough time is your ultimate reward from the universe, being able to come out of the light after being in such darkness. Purpose. The Fool. So yeah, this is about new pastures. You may have already met another person. This person may be bringing you into a place of feeling like you can be spontaneous, you can believe in love again, you can take that leap of faith again in your life, and this is the loyalty between you and this person. There may be a lot of spontaneity going on in September. If there isn't, you might want to think about doing that. Don't dilly-dally with the Hanged Man in between. Should I go and do that spontaneous thing today, or should I just wait and do it another time, because life is waiting for nobody and it's way shorter than you might actually think. I understood that when I used to go to retreats all the time. The flashes that I used to see before I was up leveling my frequency, they were showing me my life from birth going through to like the end of my life, and the flashes were probably no more than 2 minutes long. So imagine how many years your life is serving you out, and how many memories and how many times you are given a choice to be able to create beautiful memories via just doing something spontaneous, and you've not done it. You will regret it in those last moments. So don't think about life in a long-term span. Try to think about life from moment to moment and be truly present, because if you're truly present, you'll find that there's more to look forward to. Is there anything else for threes that threes need to know for September? The Knight of Wands, again, this is come up in other cards, so if you've been attracted to other cards, you might want to watch it. But yeah, this is speaking about the High Priestess as well underneath the deck, so you're definitely gifted. But you may be a very subconscious person keeping certain things to yourself, because the Knight of Wands is speaking about you being around people that are in and out of your life, or you have often thought about whether a past person is going to come back into your life. And if you haven't thought about that, you've thought about the angry ways and the childish ways these people have actually treated you in the past. You no longer live in that place anymore, because you're super protected with the High Priestess. So there's no need for you to contemplate on if you should have done anything differently, other people should have treated you differently. You're going to be delivered into emotional fulfillment, and any of your wishes with regards to business, whether it's love, whether it's family situations, whether it's a work situation, it will be fulfilled for you, and you won't have to always be feeling this pain of being at a distance from the things that you desire the most in your life. The King of Cups is speaking about emotional fulfillment coming into your life, but straight after you have emotionally balanced yourself out with the Temperance. This is a sense of family as well with regards to the Four of Wands. So like I said, with the Alliance card, it's speaking about you getting into working with people or working with a person that's already in your life with more of a love-minded focus. Come from things with the eyes of love. And if there are people around you that are not evoking that thought and feeling within you, then you're in the wrong place, and it's time to cut and delete people where they're not meant to be in your life anymore, because this is a super beautiful place for you guys. You're in the growth part of things rather than the cutting people out all of the time. So you're in a much more elevated place right now, to be able to enjoy the fruits of your labor, all of the hard work that you've put in. So let's see if there's any more guidance. Any more guidance for September for pile threes. Guidance for September for pile threes. I only take the ones that spit out because I feel like they're the ones that Spirit want you to know. Communicate loving things to yourself. Nope. So speaking to yourself with a level of kindness is what's going to help you to elevate forward. Start to sing again and you'll start to feel like your old self again. So you must like music, and you may have stopped listening to music. To create a new frequency, put your music playlists on shuffle and see what songs actually come up first, because that's usually a message from Spirit as to where you're at right now. Share your gifts with the world. So you're probably a super gifted person and need to start thinking about how you can create alliances with other people where you're sharing your spiritual gifts with others. Pile threes for September. Time to get creative. So think about how you can bring something different to the table to what other people are bringing to the table. And remember, nobody is you, and that's your power, okay? Playing with your heart. You may find that somebody was playing with your heart in the past. You may not have actually known that for a fact. This is confirmation of that. We'll do all of these lastly. You awaken others around you. So as I've said, you're definitely a spiritual or a very gifted person that needs to put these gifts of yours into action. Don't sit being gifted and not share it with the world. Share it with the world, because it's a beautiful thing to be able to do that, okay? What would make life easier right now? Reach out for help. Your loved ones want to help you. You need healing. So this is Reiki healing, shamanic healing. From what I can feel, I'd go more towards the shamanic side of things, because it's a much more deeper healing. I'm not saying that Reiki isn't, but everything's got its own place. And with what I'm reading here for you guys for September, I'd go more for shamanism. Try Rape or Hape as well, because this is something that really, really helps you to be able to move forward with the way that your mind is and the way that you think about things. And it also ultimately breaks down any barriers that have not been conducive to your growth in the past. You're overthinking. What do you practice to promote stillness of your mind? That's why I'd say that you need healing, and then ground yourself as well. So yeah, you definitely need a retreat, if I'm honest with you, where you are like really concentrating on having stillness of mind. And I would say, like, if you are around the area of where I live, I am actually doing a retreat on the 14th of September. And I've not said this to the other card decks because I haven't felt called to. I felt called to with this one. So if you are interested in coming to retreat, you're welcome to. And we will be doing a lot of the things here that has come out in these cards. So just message me or comment down below and I'll send you the details for the 14th of September. It's only 2 hours of your time, and I think that this will be really helpful for my number threes. But I'm doing it in, the 14th of September, and this reading is actually for September, so that's super synchronistic as well. Any more information for pile 3s for September? Pile 3s for September. Is there anything else? They keep trying to affect you, but you're divinely protected. So yeah, if anybody's trying to affect you in that way, outside of yourself, just remember you are protected and nobody can do anything to try to harm you. There's a group trying to conspire against you, so you may find that these people that are trying to affect you are trying to employ other people to do the same shit. They need to get a life, to tell you the truth, because from what I can see, you are so protected. They are just making sure that their karma is going to go back to them tenfold. What am I holding on to that doesn't serve me anymore? So is this a relationship? Is this a person? Is this a thought process that you've got? Friends with benefits as well. So if you've got anybody around you that's friends with benefits and that doesn't like work for you anymore, you might want to think about how you can invite more serious relationships into your life that are conducive to your growth. Again, another music one. Listen to music with no words, okay? What are your love languages? So if you've got friends with benefits, there's a reason for that. If you're wanting to invite love into your life, you need to figure yourself out a lot deeper than what you probably are right now. So in September, I want you to answer these questions, or answer them to yourself now so you're way ahead of September. What are your love languages? Are you experiencing any of your love languages now in life? What are the main qualities that I love about myself? Ask yourself these questions. Journal about these questions, because you'll be really surprised what comes up from that. Anything lastly for September's for 3? Oh, these ones. Let's read them. Lies are being spread about you. So these people that have been conspiring against you in some way, shape or form are also spreading lies about you. Listen to your suspicions. You already kind of know who these people are. You would be right, especially if you are a gifted person like I've picked up on. You already know who these people are and what they're speaking about you. How am I holding myself from progressing forwards? You may be finding that this group of people are trying to conspire that badly against you that it's making you feel like you have to stall yourself from being able to move forwards. But make that be your guiding force to moving forward and standing in front of them with your gifts and for all to see. Shine that light forward. Don't allow these people to pull you back. It's time to cut energetic cords with all toxic relationships. So if you have any sort of toxic relationship that you've been through in the past, this is a good time, especially because it's a full moon in Aquarius today. So it could be a great time for you to use this time to meditate and make sure that you envision all of these people who you think are speaking about you, all of these people, these past relationships that have been toxic for you. Make sure that you are envisioning them and cut all cords between you and these people. This will help you to move forward in your life, because if you're feeling stuck, it's happening because things are at a standstill until you actually make these changes. And doing this in meditation is actually a great way to tell up above that you are ready for these changes, because once you tell something to spirit, it starts to trickle through your brain. When it goes through your brain, it starts to come through your body, the message, and then the message is outside of you in the reflections of other people. So that's how new will be invited into your life, meaning new ways of thinking, people who truly appreciate you for the person that you are. So I hope that this has been helpful for September. Please make sure that you subscribe, and if there is any sort of readings that you can think of, topics that you'd like me to cover over, comment below in the comment section, and I will see you very, very soon. Sending you buckets of love. Bye bye.